Yeah, some of these levels are going to give me a little bit of trouble, it's looking like. So wee smidge of trouble. Won't stop me. I'll get through them eventually. That will give me some trouble. Yoink. Take those. Make sure I'm looting all the things I can loot. Maximize my gains. Yeah, I mean, I can see Nintendo being more greedy in, like, other ways. Like them continuing to push their subscription services. Or them charging for what's basically the tutorial to, like, the Switch 2 console manual / mini game thing. Like, I can see Nintendo pursuing that kind of greed. But in terms of just, like, increasing the cost of all their games so drastically above, like, the whole rest of the industry, as tariffs are coming in, you have to, it's a little bit of a head-scratcher. To contemplate that one a little bit. So, we'll see as prices for other regions come out. We shall see. For now, all we can do is contemplate. Yeah, I could see them being greedy during that, but Nintendo isn't dumb, and if they start charging $20 more for new games than Sony, the Switch 2 will sell like the Wii U here. Yeah, no doubt. They're greedy, but they're not dumb. They're greedy in a very smart way, and just being like, oh yeah, it's gonna cost drastically more than everywhere else, is not being greedy in a smart way, because then people are just gonna, like, boycott the Switch 2. So, they're definitely not dumb. They know what they are doing. Whether that means the best thing for the consumer or not, doesn't always go hand in hand. But, yeah, there is, like, the Tears of the Kingdom price increase, so it's not completely out of the norm. A $10 increase on that, which really did not feel justified, I feel like. At first, when I was like, wow, they took this long in development and took, like, an extra year just to polish it, like, maybe it'll be justified. But then, like, 90% of the world is the exact same. There's the new Underground, which, like, hey, cool, but, like, most of it just feels like the exact same. And then the Sky Islands that I thought would actually be, like, a cool in-depth thing to explore. But it turned out there was just, like, one Sky Island to truly explore, being, like, the initial tutorial one. Then all the rest are just, like, floating rock puzzles in the sky and aren't actual really cool environments like we saw in the trailer. The trailers only ever showed the tutorial island, so it made the Sky Islands seem like they were going to be so much cooler than they actually were. It just felt like I was playing the world of Breath of the Wild again, with a little bit of extra stuff. Super samey Sky Islands and super samey Underground. And, like, there's new quests and new enemies and stuff. And it's being charged $10 more than the game that had released, like, 6 or 7 years prior. So, at first I was like, hey, maybe this will be justified. I changed my mind later down the line about that. Here, let's do that, and then I can pick up the bottle. Yoink. And yeah, maybe I'll use some of these explosives at some point, but, like, I'm trying to preserve my resources as much as I can. And I think I got through that while preserving resources pretty well. It just took several attempts. Oh, look, another card in the middle of normal cards. Sergeant Frost trading card. Scraps, I'll take that. Always good to get those, upgrade my weapons and stuff like that. Yep, the frog boiling in water. Slowly turning up the heat so that you don't notice it if it's done slowly. But I mean, a sudden 20 price increase, that's not really slowly anymore, because clearly people have taken notice and issue, considering you look at, like, any of the Nintendo Treehouse live streams. Well, you can't anymore, they disabled, like, the live chat replay, so you can't go back and see it. But at the time, if you were looking at, like, the chats of the Nintendo Treehouse live streams, ooh, what was that? I don't know what that was. That definitely wasn't a bullet here. But, oh, it was a bullet here. Or maybe I just didn't load that before, I don't know. You look at the live stream chats anyway of the Nintendo Treehouse live streams, and it's just a bunch of people spamming, drop the price, lower the price, just like a wall of text of people spamming that. So clearly people are very up in arms. You didn't really see that kind of level of up in arms about, like, the Nintendo Online service, I feel like, or, like, them putting their digital games, their classic games exclusively behind subscription services. You can never own them. Things that I feel like should have garnered uproar, but people just didn't care that much about because it was going slow enough that it was frog boiling in water. Steak Jam was the one that first told me about that analogy. Whoa. And a little bit wonky there. So it just wouldn't be, like, the smartest thing to do where it's, like... Again, I guess, like, a new console will be, like, the best time to do it. Like, you're kind of getting, like, a reset here. With, being able to set, like, the new norms from ground zero, because it's a new console. But, at the same time, tariffs and all that. So, I mean... Well, we shall see. We'll give it some time. We'll see what the prices look like around and see what's up. stuff. For now, I'd say it's a little bit early to say. But the Switch 2 isn't too far out, June 2nd, so I mean, we probably won't have to wait very long to find out. But yeah, everyone has been spamming drop the price. Yep, very much so. $80 USD makes Mario Kart World the most expensive base game purchase price of any game in the US to my knowledge. It could be wrong, that could be a tie, but it's that kind of high. I mean, if we're talking about like any base game kind of purchase, there's like random garbage that people put on Steam for like $2,000. But in terms of like big AAA things, maybe. I just felt like breaking that. But yeah, there was an eye test on the 3DS eShop for $100, but that doesn't really count as a game as much as you can call it something doctors use. That would be something that people would realistically use, is a 3DS eye test. Look, I don't give a fuck about the price of the console. $450 is fine, IMO. The game pricing is something that will eat away at me for investing in their platform over time to a degree that I don't like. Yeah, but again, that could also be not as much investing into them as much as it is now that stuff being hiked on to invest into what is essentially now being like US taxes. Investing into the current government administration. Because that's where that extra is going when stuff is being tariffed. That extra price that the company is paying to the government for tariffs is put onto the consumer. So you're indirectly paying the government. So, that extra funds isn't necessarily going into, like, them and their console as much as it is the government in that case. But we'll see what it's like in the other regions and what happens with tariffs and how they decide to handle things. Like, they've already said that they're delaying pre-orders, so we'll see what... if they decide to change something up about pre-orders then, because I need to contemplate stuff with tariffs. Ooh, look, a bullet. Let's go ahead and put that in immediately, or else I'm going to try to shoot, and then I'm not going to shoot. That is what happens. I think I was already in here. But yeah. Console price is fine, not buying a console with $96 games, though. Yep, that's fair enough. Hey, $450 for a console, but not paying that for the games either. Yep. That is fair. But yeah, I do feel like the bigger factor is definitely tariffs over Nintendo being greedy. And again, I criticize Nintendo all the time. I think Nintendo is one of the greediest ones out there. But I think that that's the bigger factor at play here. But time will tell. We'll see the price in other regions. We'll have more information come out. We'll let it be out for a little while and then kind of see what the current gaming landscape looks like. For now, all we can do is kind of make assumptions, I feel like. But we won't have to do so for long. This information is going to be out very, very soon. And then, like, things are going to cost over $100 in Canada. I'm going to be like, my God, why? Like, there's no reason to charge us more. Yeah, I could buy 246 Freddos instead of Mario Kart World. I have no idea what that even is. Picking the Freddos. Let's just see. Anything else for me to pick up around here? The thing with the window there. I know, I'm looting. Bear with me, game. I'm not trying to find the way forward yet. Australian chocolate. Oh, okay. Let's see here. The game thinks I'm getting stumped.
I think it's this way.
Oh, it gave me the hint anyway. Or maybe it didn't. Alright, I think I've gone around checking most of the stuff out that I can here. Here's a drawer. There's like nothing. It won't stop telling me about the hint. Did I fully loot the bottom floor here? I think I did, right? I got bought out by Cadbury's. Oh. Mario Kart World MSRP is the same as the MSRP of a new Nintendo 2DS with Mario Kart 7 pre-installed in it. Really? The 2DSs were that cheap? I did not know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I went through stuff here anyway. But yeah, and they're really big here now because, yeah, I guess when you have that big of a parent company, you can really ramp up production and all that. Pretty sure I went across the bank there. Alright, should be pretty good. So, what, do I just have to, like, interact here? Now I press X and it doesn't do anything. That's another bottle. I can go up here, but, like, barbed wire fence, it doesn't really look like I can do anything. Maybe I do need the hint after all. Or I go around, like, the inside here some way. Instead, I think it's this way. So, yeah, like, out the window here. Unique area. I gotcha. And, yeah, that's a one-way thing. So, I'm stuck here now. Tiniest jump ever. Yeah, I bought a 2DS with new Super Mario Bros. 2 brand new for about that much. Wow. Yes, the Nintendo 2DS bundled with Mario Kart 7 in the US late in its life cycle. Retailed for $79.99 USD. Mario Kart World $79.99 USD. Huh.
Hey, Dina.
Yeah, that's a pretty good price for a 2DS and a game built in. That's a pretty good deal.
Give me your hand.
Okay, here you go.
Hey, that round building. It looks like the TV station from your map. Yeah. Come on.
Alright, well, another section cleared. That took me a little while. I've already been shooting for almost 2 hours, and I got through like 2 or 3 levels.
Look at you. Shut up.
So, I guess my pace isn't the most amazing thing. Definitely gonna take a lot longer than casual playthrough. As a parent said when they bought it, yeah, pretty good deal. Oh, introducing the landmines, yep.
What was that? I ran into a trap.
Yeah, so I have to be careful not to cross them, so I'm gonna have to keep my eye out. Did I just grab something?
You're walking.
Yeah, I see. So, I mean, let's see here. Granted, I know a lot of inflation happened since 2017 or whatever. Inflation, tariffs, all sorts of stuffs. That looks like a thing I can have. That looks like a thing I can have. Candelabra trading card. Oh, I saw something glow for a second there, but I think that was just a reflection off of a piece of the glass. What I think that was. I guess I don't really need to be sneaky here. Someone else is yelling there. Now, they wouldn't put any tripwires in the store, right? Does Nintendo do a lot of microtransactions, though? I know that that's like a general industry thing that keeps on kicking off more and more. Hi. You're gonna blow up that one. I'm gonna bait this guy into this one. Hi. Well, that works. But yeah. Oh yeah, well, with their freemium games. There's not really microtransactions in their full price games. But yeah, if they're making a freemium game like Pokemon Unite, then yeah, it's gonna be egregious. No doubt. No doubt of that. But yeah. Like a 30% cut of all transaction on their platform. As egregious as that is also just the industry norm. Sad as that is. Check if there's anything around here. Keep an eye out for tripwires and stuff. Yep. Go this way. Okay, look at that. Look at that thumbnail shot. Right there. That is a pristine thumbnail shot. Totally gonna use that in the thumbnail unless I forget later, and then I don't.
Hey, hold on a second.
What if there's loot up here? You gotta check everything out in these games, especially when you're playing on grounded. Especially when your gun doesn't work and it fires whether you want it to or not on grounded. Still no scars, 4 more hours on this shift. Fuck. Also, like, Nintendo have record profits and they're still price gouging. Yep. Yep.
Any wolves? I didn't see any, but...
Yeah, so I don't understand how people defend things like Nintendo Switch Online. Like, Nintendo needs monies to run the servers. You don't think they have that? Like... Alright, keep an eye out for tripwires. I think there's a little bit of a break before more up here, but we'll see. Whee! Probably wouldn't be much around here. I don't think, but I'll bring it around town here anyway. Out of curiosity. I don't know, we've taken a while to get here with all the resetting. So, I mean, maybe she is gone by the time that we get there. That's taking a while. It's taking a while.
Yeah, that'd be smart. Probably blow up some stuff.
Oh, we got that cut off, I guess, there. See, I'm looking at it this way. If games cost that much, I need to get much more frugal with purchasing decisions. Discourages me from trying new IPs. I will buy less games, and frankly, I won't buy the console because there's only 1 or 2 games I'd be willing to spend $80 on. Yep. That's fair enough.
Kind of fucking weird.
Feel her love. Like, if games actually start costing like $110 Canadian here, like, I'm the kind of person that I would showcase like most of the main Nintendo releases that are coming out. So I'll be playing games like Princess Peach Showtime or Mario vs. Donkey Kong, like random crap like that that most people are probably not gonna be picking up. But if games started costing like $110 Canadian here, yeah, I would stop doing that. Definitely. And I'd start playing a lot more older games and a lot less new games. Start playing a whole bunch of things like the Fire Emblem games I want to catch up on, the Mario RPGs I want to catch up on, and stop covering as many new releases. Viv, I hope this gets to you. I saw what happened. The WLF broke into your place and carried out all the stuff Jimmy took. Jewelry, IDs, ration cards. He wouldn't answer their questions. Just kept saying he didn't know where any of it came from. I tried to talk to them, explain how hard it's been here. How Fedra forgot about us and we've all had to do things we're not proud of. They seemed calm then. Then they found a Sephiroth prayer in his pocket. We tried to stop them. I'm so sorry. Rawl and Heather. Yeah, that's definitely what that said. By Rainworld instead, or just indies in general. About Rainworld recently, I haven't heard of that one. But yeah, indie games have been really, really picking up in popularity the last decade. And if like big AAA games keep on getting more and more expensive, then like this boom of indie games is only gonna keep on going.
These were all shot.
I have no doubt. But yeah. Oh, it wants me to can I get loot? Or it's a looking thing? It's a looking thing. Oh. That's why it's a looking thing. I gotcha.
Infected did a number on this one. You okay? Yeah, sorry. It's just that smell. All right. I must have taken off on foot. You good to keep going? Yeah, I'm fine. Please.
Alright, well, let's keep on schmoving here then. Whee! Yeah, that's definitely a name that I've heard before. Don't know much about, but I've heard of it before.
The city gets so wrecked.
I hope AAA Gaming has an ET 2600 moment.
Boston didn't have
I feel like if it will, we're approaching it.
Fireflies never put up this kind of resistance.
I mean, and worldwide this time. Was, like, the, video game crash shortly after that not, like, a worldwide thing? I mean, I don't know enough about my video game history to be able to say, I guess.
More bodies.
I think this is the area where it starts getting filled with tripwires.
Tommy definitely came this way.
Nothing over here. Speaking of indie games, I got a bunch from the Switch eShop. LMAO for Christmas got $120 worth of eShop gift cards. Spent about $55 thinking I could get myself a Switch 2 game. Oh, how naive of me. Oh, ooh. You're getting replaced. Get out of here. I don't want to see you anymore. Brick! Because, yeah, if it works like part 1 rules, then, like, brick is going to hit harder.
Okay, well,
I don't have enough experience in this game yet to say whether a brick or a bottle hits harder. But I distinctly remember in part 1, bricks were mightier than the bottle.
Stop. Tripwire.
I'm not stopping. I'm not running into a tripwire. Look, I have eyes. I'm surrounded by them.
Probably for infected.
Wait, how do I get past this? I'm actually surrounded. Oh, wait, there's a door.
Let's be careful.
Can I? Wait. Look, there's no tripwire there. Look, easy peasy. That looked almost like a tripwire going across. Look, it's fine. Got some great titles like Balatro, Peglin, Enter the Gungeon, Exit the Gungeon, and Hades. Nice. Yeah, you can get a decent amount of indie games for a cheaper price. The indie game that I'm into right now is Dark Deity 2. Hashtag not sponsored, but could be if Chip wants to give me money.
We don't cut through here much with all this. There's that silver lining.
Even if he wants to give me like $1, I'll be like, hey, now I'm hashtag sponsored. No trophies for you! No trophies! Get them out of here! But yeah, I only have the one, like, actual stream in Dark Deity 2 so far, because I was, like, going so ham on, Xenoblade Chronicles X lately, and, I've done that game start to finish now. It was out for less than 2 weeks, and I put, like, 71.5 hours in the game because I wanted to see the new content and stuff. So I didn't really have too much of a chance to play Dark Deity 2 during that. And now this is out. But, like, I promise I'll start playing my other playthrough stuff like Dark Deity 2, Fire Emblem 6, Final Fantasy 7 again here soon. Technically, an OST is a banger. I haven't even gotten that far into the game. I'll put my favorite song in the Discord. Okie doke. I only have 36 scraps right now. So, I mean, I can't do the accuracy on that. Do the recoil here. I don't really care about that. Fire rate. I don't care about any of these. I don't need to use this. Save up for the things that let me get more out of my shots, not shoot more rapidly. You know. Where my priority is. Alright, yeah, that's just a brick. There's bricks everywhere. I guess it would make sense. So, I mean, can I? Oh my god, I can actually climb up that. Okay, so I was coming from... We're just gonna wander that way. Which direction was I coming from? Feel her love. Where'd you come from? Where'd you go? Oh, just start going this way, I guess. Or something, and I'll figure it out. Yeah, I think I was coming from that direction. Bottle. I don't need that. Oh, it's probably giving me so money because you can throw them into the tripwires. I'm pretty sure is what's going on here. That would explain it. There shouldn't be any tripwires in stores and stuff, I hope. No indoor tripwires. Check around here really quickly. You know what? I'm just going to run around the stores fast. Like, I was taking it a little bit slower because I also want to be on the lookout for if there was, like, a tripwire, but I don't think there'll be any inside, so I should be okay. Double checking. But yeah. Wait. Oh yeah, with the game chat button. You are correct on that. Can I just, like... Yeah, I can just do the stomp.
Yeah.
Glad I didn't need to waste anything on that. Oh my goodness, I have 139 supplements. Probably time to use an upgrade. I need a passcode. And that thing is gonna be friggin' impossible to open. Because that's the way that they are, even if I have the passcode. Because that's just the PC version of this game. Maybe I'll have a look at my supplements in a hot second. It's probably about time that I actually invest in something. It's gonna be like the code. See, button is just paid DLC, I guess. Well, paid DLC, you get to keep. C button, subscription service. So, I don't think I'd phrase it as paid DLC. It's even worse, subscription. But make sure you take the envelope to the bank before Monday AM. Make the combo the last 6 digits to Stacy's phone number. Figured that'd be easy for you to remember. Heh. Last 6 digits. So I don't know what, like, the last 2 are here. Touche. I need to go check something else out. To get, like, the last couple digits. Is what the puzzle is here. So if I find something that says, like, Stacy's phone number, and I see the rest of it, or I brute force the last little bit, then I can unlock the thing. Oh, well, there it is. That simplifies things. Is there anything in here that I can have? Nope. Alright, let's see here. So the last 6 digits. So it's gonna be 55133. Let's see here. If I can actually type the stupid thing in. Let's see here. If it actually works. Well, I'm not even touching it. Why is it still going? I hate this game so much. Oh, I'm on 55. 550133. I need to not forget and, like, me frantically losing my mind over how this works. How did it get there? I'm holding up and it's like... Hold on. 133. Down. Oh. Alright, that's probably the least resistance I've had to any one of them yet. That still sucked. 2 whole rifle bullets is all you get in grounded mode. Hey, it's something. I think I'm fully loaded. Always good to double check. But hey, those will go a long way in grounded mode. Definitely the case. I was kind of hoping to be like some scraps or something. There's probably better stuff in there in the easier difficulties, but hey. A whole 2 bullets in the locked safe this time. But it's something. DLC is included with NSO Plus expansion pack though, so I'm still right. But that's subscription-based DLC then. I also find it so funny that one of the inclusions is like the improvements for Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom on Switch. Like imagine you're playing the game at 60 FPS and like better resolution, and then like the next day your subscription expires. So it's like, ooh, too bad your subscription expired. Back to 30 FPS, peasant. You know, like that. I find that so funny. And sad. This case, did recently find a game on Steam that's called Roguelite Deck Builder, which is an indie game where you build a deck. Not a card deck, but like a deck for a house, and you have the light that randomly turns off. My left shoulder is actually starting to get tired from, like, you know, being arched over like this. I don't have an armrest that I can lean my elbow on. Like, it's been broken off for a long time now. So, I think when I'm in combat and I need to actually be trying hard, I'm probably going to be playing with, like, mouse and keyboard. But I just kind of want to sit back and take it easy. I'm plugging in my controller. Is what I'm doing. Because my shoulder is actually starting to get sore here. So, I'm playing with controller. Is what I'm going to do here.
This tall grass is making me nervous.
Gotta remember my buttons with this.
To see.
Yeah, Google Stadia did that. Guess how that went. Yeah. So where are we going? Can't quite turn the camera as fast while I'm doing this. Could always do a weird thing like you can with like the Switch mouse, where it's like I do this kind of setup. Movement one way and then looking around the other way. I don't think I need to go through there. So I mean, which direction do I go here? Tried Google Stadia once, it was ass. Oh. Do I just like... No! No, 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 no! Oh my god. I was trying to jump for the truck, actually.
More of this stuff.
I thought I was gonna faceplant right on that tripwire. I honestly thought. I'm very glad that didn't happen. Feel her love. Oh, I can go through this way. So you have the... You are given things you can throw at tripwires, but it doesn't seem like there's any ones that you actually need to take out. Hey, look, I remember my buttons from part 1. Or playing this casually. Did I play with a... I wouldn't have played with a controller like this for part 1. Because I didn't have a controller like this for part 1. But I'm remembering the button from playing this casually with family here. So a rag. Here, let's go ahead and craft another med kit in that case. So that I can pick this up. Yoink. There we go. I remember my flashlight button and stuff. Lesbian truck. Feel her love. Alright. I don't really need that in my hand. Per se. Could go prone under there. Should go prone under there. So how do I do that with this? Like that. Okay. Gotcha. Clothes all wet and stuff. Alright, look. I won't hit a tripwire. Oh, I guess I have to throw something here now, but they give you things to throw. So that's fine. Something's a little bit creaky over there.
TV station.
Cool. Anyway.
Smart. That works. Yeah.
I wanted to get that
Seems like
bottle.
do this.
Oh, but there is no bottle. It's all just
You
cans.
think someone heard that?
Wait, it's all cans?
Pretty loud.
Yeah, so you need to
Your
blow
eyes
up one of them. Look, there's more bricks. I have a brick. So, I mean... Yeah, so it wants you to throw stuff in at this point. What? There's, like, no explosion visual effect apart from the truck moving a little bit. Alright, well, I mean, what's the reload button with this? I don't remember. I'm not gonna need to reload for a while anyway. And I'm probably fully loaded, so it's fine. Oh, I remember being stumped here when I was playing this casually with family. Trying to climb up that. Yeah, but it turns out you just climb up that.
Shit.
But I think I was trying to,
Down there.
like,
These stairs are wired up.
take those stairs that were covered in stuff.
Not here.
But I think I was stumped on trying to detonate them from here. So I think I was trying to do. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of in terms of me being stumped. Or maybe I, oh, yeah, I don't think that I realized that I could just come up to here for a little while. So, I mean... Dang it, it's a good thing there's multiple here. Whoop, come on, brick, please. So, like, that's gotta be it for sure. Right on that post. It still isn't. Give me this bottle here. I'd rather preserve the brick. What the hell? Maybe I'll just throw it, like, right into the wire here. Oh, there we go. Equip a health kit. What, did I actually take damage from that?
Will come to us.
Hey, that bricks are single use. Yep, so do I.
They need to ambush us.
I'm not the biggest fan of that either. Apparently, Nintendo delayed Switch 2 pre-orders in the US following the tariff, so our announced pricing might be pre-tariff. Yeah, if that does turn out to be pre-tariff and it goes up even more, then, yikes. Thanks, Obama. Let's see here. Now, I think clicking in the left stick is running. Oh, no, I knew it was L1, and I forgot about that. I'm used to other video games and stuff. Look, I didn't need to,
There it is.
worry about... Look, potential thumbnail shot. I didn't need to worry about hitting any trip mines. Part of me was saying that I'm not going to hit any trip mines because I thought it would be funny for dramatic effect when I inevitably hit a trip mine. But then I actually didn't.
I don't buy it.
Because I'm actually not bad at video games. Thanks, Obama. Alright. This is the first thing that I thought about saying. It cracked me up. So